Hello, hello, hello. This is Patricia, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and more specifically here in Alaska. And I have another card for us today. Trying to move a lot of stuff around on my desktop. Anyway, we are going to do our fourth, I believe, in the series using the stamp set that I have right here. Here we go. Plentiful Plants. And I've already got a lot of this done on this, but I have not put it together yet. So we'll look at that here in just a moment. It is in the annual catalog, the May 2021, April 2022 on, I believe, page 81. There we go. So we are going to use the stamp and die bundle today, looking at that. If you do not have the mini catalog, the celebration catalog, which the celebration goes through September 30th, the mini catalog goes through the end of December, or if you do not have the annual catalog, this one that I just showed you, and do not already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator, and if you will let me know that you need those catalogs, I will get them for you. So, we're going to use this set, and we're going to start with our gray granite card base, a half of an 8.5 by 11, cut in half and then folded and burnished with your bone folder. And this basically is a quarter of a sheet of cardstock when you look at it, but it opens up. Okay, then what we are going to do is create a background on this. Now, this piece is going to go on here like this. So as you can see, I'll show you that in just a minute. But I only have a little bit around all of the edges. So I'm going to take gray granite on top of gray granite ink. And then I'm going to use my flower pot. And I'm just going to stamp all over this. And I do not need to worry about, not really good stamps. All I'm doing is getting this pot on here, just kind of every which way. There we go. And now you can see when I cover that up, I'm not even gonna, I got ink on here. I'm gonna have to turn that one over. It's a good thing every piece of, I've got ink all over my hands. Do be careful on that. I think it's going to be okay. We're going to cover that up. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back to the other side because, yeah, we'll cover all those up and we'll make sure that we do. But then we have, look at this. I have cut out one of the pieces that we are going to need, and we need it out of this evening evergreen. I cut it out of the middle. You won't even be able to tell because it's going to be covered up. It's going to be sandwiched between my card base and my white piece on top. I keep going back and forth. I think those will be okay. But we're going to put our white on top of our, which side do I want? Okay, I'm going to put my glue on this side. I'm going to put my white cardstock. By the way, my evening evergreen piece is 3.5 by 5. And my basic white is 3.25 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to put my glue on here. Call this the green glue, or it's actually Tombow Mono Liquid Multi Glue. Oh, I want to go the other way. Okay. So, and remember with the liquid glue, it will move. So be sure you're aware of that. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Okay. So, there we go. All right. And then those will do their thing. So, now I want to do some of my other pieces. And I have cut out using this, you saw where I already cut it out of Evening Evergreen. I also cut it out of white, basic white, and I cut it out of gray granite. So the reason I did this is because I want to show you how you can take pieces and adjust them, make them what you want them to be, and they don't have to be exactly what you see on here. Okay, and I want to take my white piece, and I am going to cut right here at the top of that, and right here at the top of that, and I have ink on my fingers. Give me 1 second to make sure I get that out of there. Okay, then I'm going to cut right here at the top of this. And actually, I'm going to go just a little bit closer than that. And a little bit closer. There we go. And right there. And now I have this piece here. So I also am going to cut off the base of this in the gray granite. And I am then going to take that and glue it on my basic white. So I'm going to put a tad of glue on there and cover it up exactly. I don't want any white seen. That was white glue. I'm going to make sure it's nicely on there. Very good. And then I'm going to go ahead and take, you're going to laugh at this. The only thing I really want out of this is that little dot. You see up here at the top how that dot comes out of the middle of that, and I am going to use that. So I only use the bottom of this one and the dot of this one. Now I could, so I'm going to hold on to that. I could, and you know, I might even do it, go ahead and cut the little prongs here and put it on like that. I think I will, because I want to give it a little bit of depth. So I'm going to cut off the same places I cut that off. There we go. And I'm going to go just a little bit further right here and right here so that you can't see that green at all. All I'm doing is giving myself some extra added strength to that. Now, I could, and I probably should, use my mat. You've seen me do this many times. I take my, if you've been watching my videos, and I don't need much, but I'm going to get that glue. I'm going to put that on the back of my white, and woohoo, if I can pick it up, and put it on my green. And again, I want to make sure it matches up. Oh, I don't think I have enough glue on there. Okay. If I can pick it up. All fumble fingers. So what are you doing today? I am getting ready, as soon as I am done with this, to go raspberry picking with my mom. We need to put some raspberries in the freezer for the winter. And we have a very nice friend who is allowing us to come to her house and pick raspberries. So we are going to do that in just a few minutes. All right, there we go. And then I will put the little dot in there once I put it on my card. All right, so I've got that done. I got my, whoops, I got to have the right side of it. I've got my tail. I've got my little green, uh-oh, where'd my green dot go? I just had it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to put it right there so I won't lose it. You guys tell me that's where it is if I ask. All right. Then I am going to stamp. This is kind of the little dotty stamp, if you will. And it is this one, if you can see that. And I stamped a garden green one and an evening evergreen. And, excuse me, and I am going to put this behind my macrame pot. And then I am going to put the two of these on that. And I'm actually going to kind of put them a little wonky so that they look pretty full, and kind of weave them in and out of each other like something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and put some glue on the back of this one, and I'll just go ahead and dot it on. Okay, so I just want to go where my pot is going to be, and just about right there. And there we go. Okay, have a tad extra glue in there that's squeezed out. Awesome, looking good. And now I'm going to put this in here, something like that. There we go, and I'll slip some glue in behind it, and then I'll put this one on here and slip some glue in behind it like that, and there we go. It's all ready to go on our card now, and it's going to go somewhere like that with our little dot. Okay, then I'm going to have my pot. Now, I stamped this in cinnamon cider, but I could have used the paper, the DSP that comes with this set. And where is my, here, I'll show you this, the die, and just cut it out of the paper. But here's my thought on this. One, if I cut out of the middle of this like that, then, I mean, I can do that, and I have no problem doing it. But two things. One, if I do that, then, you know, I lose the use of all of this paper. Or, you know, I could cut it off here or whatever. Okay? And then the other thing, by the way, this is, it's a 12 by 12 paper, but I just have some 6 by 6 cut here. These are the papers, and then, of course, you can turn all of them over. Love this B side, but the front side is just totally amazing. And many of these you can cut out. For example, this one you can cut out, the 5-leaf one, the 3-leaf one, many of those. And then if you want something else, you can always fussy cut it. But here's my thought on this, is I'd rather use the paper as a whole paper and just stamp it, at, you know, just like I did this. I stamped it and die cut it out. Excuse me. Than depend exclusively on having that paper. And so, and then what happens when I run out of it, let's say in a couple of years, and I want to come back and make one of these cards. So my preference is to do this, to stamp it and die cut it. Then these are, I guess you could call these the spiky plant in here. That is the, where's the spike? Oh, the spiky plant is, hello, it's just a die. There's not a stamp for it. Okay, so I cut 3 of those out, 2 in garden, or 1 in garden green and 2 in evening evergreen. And I am going to just put these on. I'm going to go ahead and use a glue dot, and I am going to put it on actually the front of my little spiky plants. Well, hello. It picked it up, but it came off. And there we go. Okay, so I've got all of my dotted, glue dotted pieces. And I'm going to put 1 over here and 1 over here, and hello, slip the other one right there in the middle. Isn't that cute? Love it. Okay, and then that is going to go here, so you can see we're compiling our pieces. Then I also cut this little bitty piece. Can you see that? Little bitty piece. And this is what it looks like. And on that one, I stamped and die cut this little piece. So this is that stamp, and this is that, whoops, that die, okay? But what I want to do with this is I'm going to take my snips, and I'm just going to cut a piece of that off. So basically what this lesson is about is that you can use your die cut pieces or your stamped pieces and give them little trims here and there and adjust whatever it is that you want it to be. So I could put both of these in here, but that's a little overwhelming for that size of pot. So again, I'm going to use a glue dot. I'm going to put it on the front. Then I'm putting everything back where it belongs. Well, sort of, the glue's still sitting here. And I'm going to put that on there. And that will go there. And then we're going to stamp our, sorry, my mom is coming over and the dogs have to greet her. And, we forgot to stamp our sentiment. So, where's my sentiment? We're going to stamp that. And we're going to stamp it in Evening Evergreen. And our sentiment is going to be out of this die set as well. And we're going to do to a dear friend. And so I am going to put that on there. Grab my ink. Straight down. Straight up. It's a little light on that one end. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn it over. And we're going to try it again. Straight down and straight up. That looks much better. Okay. And then I said this was sort of a lesson in cutting these to be whatever you want. And so we're going to cut it so that we can do something like this. Now, that's a little tall there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that. Looking good. And I'm going to trim this. Alright, looking good. Now, I'm going to put my glue on there. I'm going to go ahead and glue these down, even though I know I haven't glued the others. There we go. And we're going to cover up our boo-boo there. You never make boo-boos, do you? Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, and then we're going to glue these down. Okay, and we're going to put a little tad of glue around the edge so that it'll sort of squeeze into that middle where we need to put that dot. And it didn't squeeze enough into the middle, so I'm going to squeeze myself with just a tiny little dot. There we go. And where did my... and here I've lost it again. Isn't that the way of it? Okay, I'm going to put some glue on here. It's got to be right here on the desk because I haven't gone anywhere with it. Little Bear, what are you doing in the kitchen? I'm filming in the kitchen. Alright, now slip that under there. There we go. Okay, I had glue on my fingers so it came up. Alright, where did my little... Oh well, I've managed to lose it, and I had put it right there, didn't I? Who knows where it went? I will add... Oh, here it is, here it is. I found it. Okay. So I'm going to add that right in there. There we go. And it's done. All right, how do you like our card? Kind of cool, huh? I like it. All right, and I am putting things away, right? Okay, there we go. We have not decorated the inside, but we will do that. So, whoops, that glue is allowing me to move that. There we go. My bowl tipped, or my pot tipped. All right, there we go. Another card done. Thank you so much. enjoy. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe down below if you have not already done so, and ring that bell so you'll get notifications when I put new videos out. Thank you so much. Have a good one.